Hello. I skipped last week's Fiction Friday, so time to do an actual one. Hold on, let me move my chair forward. It's stuck on some bubble wrap. Hold on, let me open chat. Oh, there's no one here right now. Actually, do I have it set to the right thing? Yeah, I do. Okay, there. Guess maybe I'll wait till some people are here or something. But yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. But yeah, today's writing. So I'll try to... It's time to try to remember what I thought up to write over the past couple weeks. I guess one of the things that I was thinking of writing, I'm probably gonna not include it. So I'll just continue with where excuse me. It's where I left off. I guess I can read through what I did already in order to review it, I guess. I'll do that right now, though. Let me reopen chat because I keep closing it to look at something else. But yeah, gonna reread first to see if I need to make any changes. Since I guess this format of doing it once a week is kind of a good way to go about it, since you have a week to, well, since I have a week to, like, I guess, forget what I wrote to see if it's any good after forgetting about it, maybe. Something like that. But yeah, it gives me a chance to see it with kind of fresh eyes, I guess. And I have food stuck in my teeth. I just ate like an hour ago, maybe a bit earlier than that. Anyway, ears are assaulted by the rushing of conveyor belts, the moaning and groaning of plastic molding machines, and the idle chatter of your coworkers. All of these are cut off by the loud beeping of the RFID sensors, like the sounds of a heart attack victim's blood rushing rushing blood. What happened? Oh, about the nostalgia critic, right? I forgot that I put him there, even though I just put him there a couple minutes ago. Like just before I started this stream, I put him there, and then I forgot right away. It's because I was thinking of other stuff. I'll try to set it up by next stream to have the chat showing on stream, like on the screen during the stream, I guess. even though like there's not a lot of chat, but still, it's probably good to have it for the VODs. But yeah, I'll try to do that next stream. Anyway, back to where did I leave off? Like the sounds of a heart attack victim's rushing blood being cut off by the blaring of a heart monitor. Of his heart monitor. You know, while you have already become accustomed to all this, what you can never get used to is the constant repetition of your assembly line mates. Excuse me. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I should have muted myself, but I forgot. Hold on, I'm gonna... Never mind. I should get some toilet paper or something, since I don't have any tissues. Actually, yeah, I'll get that real quick. And I'll try to mute myself whenever I'm gonna blow my nose. One sec. Came back. I blew my nose. Then maybe I should have blown it into the microphone, like how Gramea. Well, I probably couldn't make it funny. Yeah, where was I? I know I was reading, but I need to remember where. While you... That was a cough. Well, you have already become accustomed to all this. What you can never get used to is the constant repetition of your assembly line mates. Hey, one flatly yells for the 10th time this shift, feigning surprise at the action he's taken multiple times this week. I'll like elaborate on what that is. The sound of stuck conveyor belt, which he has caused multiple times this week. Meanwhile, another makes a reference to a shared childhood TV show. The other's laughing as if he's just struck comedy gold for the third time this hour. Next to you, the recent high school graduate curses as if he's just entered middle school and wants to impress a girl. Each time one or the other happens, you need to walk further away to keep yourself from going off on them. Okay, you think at the short round, supposed ex-drug dealer. We get it, you have sex with women. Now quit acting like it makes you the shit and focus on your work. In reality, you don't speak up. You just huff a bit, not enough to be noticed. You don't want to make a stir, not anymore. It could probably be phrased a bit better, but just leave it like that for now, I guess. Matt, Mr. A says, you're going out to eat later. Wanna come? No, you answer, using your quietest voice to keep your frustration from showing too much. I have plans after work. Plans that include exercising for a while, eating, and sleeping for 10 hours. Oh, he says, starting to walk back to his position. Alright. You run your hand through your hair from front to back, still buzz short years after you started cutting it that way. That sounds fine, I think. Hours, days, weeks pass with no change. No one you know quits. No one new joins. Hey, shit, man. Fucked. You sleep more and more. You slip more and more. I wanted to get rid of that last time too, I remember. Sleep more and more. Slip works for kind of a... It's not really... What was it, alliteration? It's not really that, but it's kind of just a repetition, but it kind of doesn't, like, give enough information to know what slip means. You need a... I need to adjust that. Slip. Even so, you're still doing your job right. Slip. What would be a good replacement for that? Maybe I could replace the whole sentence, but keep burping. It's not really a slipping into anything, but like slipping up, I guess. Oh, or maybe slipping up in a routine. Maybe I forget what my intention was originally. I forget what I meant by slip. 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 Your routine slips more and more. That kind of messes with the flow of it. You sleep more and more, your routine slips more and more. I guess. Well, getting rid of that would also mess with the flow a lot. Maybe even more than adding this. Sleep more and more. Your routine. You start to sleep more, you start to... No, that won't really work for the flow either. You sleep more and more. You start to sleep more. You're... One sec, let me blow my nose real quick. Okay. And I hope I don't get real congested again. Yeah. Need to figure out a way to rephrase this. Hmm. You sleep more and more. Your tune slips more and more. I guess a shorter word for routine. Start, maybe like that. Start to sleep. You start to sleep more and more, your routine slips more and more. Start to routine. I guess kind of same amount of syllables, but it doesn't have the same kind of sound. You start to sleep. It would have to be a word with what's it called? The I guess emphasis on the first syllable. Or maybe two words. You start to your workout, but then if you just put workout, then it wouldn't really sound as good, I think. Your schedule, but then that's, if it's schedule, then it would be the whole day. At least that's what the implication sounds like to me. You start to sleep more and more. Your if it's if it would be your routine feels random, it wouldn't have the sleep and slips kind of matching sound. You start to sleep more. Your routine feels random. That's one extra syllable. Like, I guess it doesn't actually have to need that kind of flow, but I kind of prefer to have it in there. Well, that's kind of because, like, I guess whenever I think, I kind of tend to use alliteration. Well, that's kind of unintentional. I don't really want to, actually, put a specific structure to it. Just I want it to sound similar to each other, the two halves of the sentence. Putting a specific structure kind of, at least to me, feels more restrictive. So I kind of just prefer to let it flow naturally, but then that ends up with kind of vague sentences. Let's see. You start to sleep more. I guess I could get rid of the first more. Slips more into vagueness. But that doesn't have the same kind of sound. I'm not going for just specifically syllables, but like also the sounds of the letters, kind of. Which is why the sleep and slips. I know that's why I put that for the sound of it. And then the repetition with more and more. Kind of I tend to repeat stuff to make it sound good. Or what I think sounds good. You start to sleep more. Start to sleep more. Your routine slips more. I guess that's kind of alright. You start to sleep more. Your routine. I guess if you do it routine and not routine. You start to sleep more. Your routine slips more. Even so. Or no, would it be still? You're sure you still? No, then it repeats the still. Even so, you're sure you're doing your job right. Get rid of this still. Still, you're sure you're doing your job right. Even so, kind of messes with it. Still, you're sure you're doing your job right. Still. Still, you know you're working fine. Still, you know you're working right. Just like doing your job kind of is too long. Still, you're sure. Still, you're doing your job right, but that implies that it's a fact as opposed to an uncertainty. Or just like an opinion. Still, you know. If you put you know, then it's like a truth to yourself, kind of. So it's not necessarily actually true. You know. Still, you know you're doing your job right. Still, you know you're working. I don't think efficiently would sound very good in that structure. Still, you know you're doing your job right. Still, you know you're working fine. But then working fine is more like something you'd say for a machine. Like, the washing machine is working fine when someone thinks it's messed up or something. Seems I'm not the only VTuber who started streaming today, or like right now. A lot of bigger ones than me, which this is kind of a different niche, I guess, but also I was gonna say we don't have a washing machine, but we do. It's a a dishwasher that we don't have and a dryer. That's not what I mean by bigger, though. I'm sure some of them are bigger in that sense. I was stretching, by the way. Don't take that sound out of context. Like that one video of Shidogan and Noel playing Getting Over It. I really need to get a better chair at some point. Still, you know you're doing your job. Still, you know you're doing your job. No, because then that doesn't necessarily mean you're doing it well. Still, you know you're Still, you know you're Still, you know you are. Well, it wouldn't be you are, since that's kind of doesn't sound as natural. At least not to me. So it would be better if it's your, if it's contraction. Hold on. Hopefully this is just the internet on my phone messing up and not the whole internet. Yeah, it seems the Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm working on a personal project. My the internet cut out on my phone, so the chat didn't load for me. But yeah, it's a cyberpunk thing. Kind of like, well, cyberpunk thinks that in the area, you'll probably heard my phone hitting the desk, but set in the area that I live in. I've been trying to work on it for a few years, pretty much. But like, I keep falling off of it because, like, I guess I kind of just end up not liking a particular draft and scrapping it entirely, even if I get really far in it. I think I've said this in the previous ones as well, that I got like maybe 70,000 words in before getting rid of one of the recent previous ones. Well, I guess not recent, it was still a few months ago, sometime last year. I didn't mention part of the reason I scrapped it though, which was like, well, I guess the main thing was that I ended up kind of relying too heavily on flashbacks, and I wasn't really into that. And then the other thing was, ended up writing in an implied masturbation scene, which wasn't into that either, so I got rid of it. It was pretty unnecessary. Even if it was just like a couple lines, a couple sentences, 2 or 3. Not even going into detail or anything. Either way, that was enough to let me get rid of it, or make me get rid of it, make me want to get rid of it. Why are you nervous about writing or reading cyberpunk stuff? Yeah. Though, a lot of, at least the stuff that I read that hasn't had like a lot of super, like, current type stuff going on aside from maybe like the rich getting richer and stuff like that. I guess, yeah, no, kind of not really. I don't know. I guess I'd have to reread some of the stuff that I've read since it's been a while. Either way, I kind of recommend reading some of that stuff at some point. Okay, back to trying to write this one line. I wasn't blowing my nose, by the way. Well, not. Never mind. Start to sleep more and more, your routine slips more. He starts to sleep more, your routine slips more. Is there like a full-on 9 manga? I know there's the short comic that's in the short comic that's in the art book, but I don't know if there's like a full-on manga. I'm not looking up line manga though. I'm just typing in Discord. So I'm getting distracted pretty much. Excuse me. It was a cough, by the way. No, I'm looking up the manga to see if there is one. The main things I know there are is the short comic that's in the art book, the anime, and the PS1 game. Yeah, the manga's the one shot that's in the art book. The one that's in one of the websites that I use. The one with the stuffed dog. Yeah, that one's the one that's in the art book. It's just the single chapter. I really want to write stuff with a similar tone to Lane. I want to rewatch it also. It's a good series. I wonder if Lane is part of the reasons, it's one of the reasons why I have so many characters that have like asymmetrical hair. Of course, hers doesn't cover either of her eyes, but still. I should try drawing Lane at some point. Well, I guess I did a while ago. And by a while ago, I mean like early last year, maybe. Or maybe it was the year before. Anyway. Still you know you're doing your job, right? Let me read that paragraph from the beginning. Hours, days, weeks pass with no change. No one you know quits. No one you joins. Hey, shit. Shit, man. Fucked. You start to sleep more. Your routine slips more. Still you know you're doing your job right. I guess that sounds fine. Yeah. I guess kind of asymmetrical hair. Like full on asymmetrical where it's completely shorter on one side. Might be a bit overplayed, but I just like having characters like that, I guess. Or maybe it's just like something I don't even think of when I work on making character designs. I don't know. Maybe I should try drawing someone with symmetrical hair at some point. Maybe not like fully symmetrical, but closer to being symmetrical than most of the other ones. Even Matt has, well, it's mostly just her bangs that are asymmetrical. When she has her hair out longer. And that's because it usually goes to her left. Yeah, her left. Let me see if I have any of those. Well, no, I don't have any on this computer. Any drawings of Matt. Any good ones, anyway. Any recent ones. Anyway, let me get back to this. I think I'm gonna change 4th to like 6th or something. Not 6th. 6th. At the end of the 6th month, you're suddenly called into the Human Resources office in the middle of placing a battery into plastic packaging. On entering the office, you are greeted by a small man in rectangular glasses and a button up shirt. Or would it be buttoned down? I guess my hair is kind of, well, aside from the bangs, mostly symmetrical. Pretty much a cone. Or like a triangle, I guess. I should try getting a redesign, I guess. An updated model. Updated face. Let me check, is it button up or button down shirt? I guess it can be either. I keep forgetting to mute myself whenever I do that. I guess it should be a dress shirt instead. Oscar, his name is. The one who interviewed for the position. Or, you guess. I suppose it's a bit too formal, I guess. Or you guess the one who asked for your high school diploma and administered your drug test. Matthias, he says, choosing to go with your full first name and indicating a chair across from himself. Well, it's because I'm going based on, I guess, how the human resources people dress where I work. Though I guess none of them are guys. Not that I remember, anyway. And I don't think any of them wear turtlenecks. So I kind of prefer it to just be a dress shirt. Since that's kind of, I guess, kind of more likely in this kind of position. Which is to say, human resources. Yeah, I was saying human resources at a warehouse. Anyway, what was I saying? He says she's gonna go with your full first name. And I guess indicating wouldn't be super good. I guess it's the shortest option, I guess. Well, I don't know if shortest, but like best sounding in my opinion. Choose to stand. A pit suddenly forming at the bottom of your intestines. Intestines might be making it too wordy. Stomach might sound better. Well, I guess not really sound better, but like be the better option, even though it's like just one syllable shorter. Or is it two? Yeah, one syllable. But it's less descriptive, I guess. Simpler. Kind of want to keep intestines. Gut would also be one that people more commonly use. Did something happen, you ask? Though you feel like you know what this is. You've experienced something similar in high school. Another taller man, dressed somewhat more sharply in a dark-colored two-piece suit, casts a glance at you from the computer to your left. Well, it's kind of like I'm not completely writing from Matt's point of view. It's like someone telling her how she feels, kind of, and what's going on to her. It's the second person. Keep forgetting to mute myself. It would be more how she would put it if it was in first person, so I don't really need to put it how she would put it as much in second or even third. I was checking it backwards, and it was the right word. Yeah, I think it is. Well, the small man says, pulling his glasses back by the side. Straightening his glasses by the side. No, pulling his glasses back by the side should probably work fine. Unfortunately, your heart sinks. You haven't been performing as well as we would want. Because of this, we will have to let you go. Suddenly it feels like lighter fluid has been put onto your guts and a lighter was just lit. No, it would be better as match so it doesn't repeat lighter. And for the flow. If I wasn't performing well, you would have fired me months ago. It's what you want to say, but you can't bring yourself to. Even though you're about to catch fire, you can't let yourself push that heat out. Once your shift is over, we will need you to turn in your PPE and fill out the form saying you did so. Once the shift is over, they still expect you to work even though they're firing you. Nah, you say, the word slipping out on its own. I'm heading out. The stuff's in the locker. You can get it yourself. You walk out as the last word hits the floor, simply grabbing your name tag off your chest and dropping it onto the floor. No. Onto letting it drop. I really need to stop doing that while I'm not muted. You get your helmet, black and full head with a full-faced visor, out of the locker and walk straight past security and the metal detectors, the latter of which goes off because of your steel-toe shoes. Without saying a word, you head straight to your street bike, putting the helmet on, pulling out your phone, and setting the visor's outside opacity to max. You hop onto your bike and stop only for the gate to open. Once you're out, you speed off, letting out your frustration and pushing out your frustration and letting it be drowned out by the sounds of the engine. Pushing your frustration out of your mouth. Of your mouth. Hope you all didn't hear that. Well, I guess it's only one person right now, but still. Keep forgetting to mute myself. You fall back on into your body with an inaudible thud. Probably I can get rid of this whole thing. It's like your brain falls back into place. Even though it's been in there the whole time. You can still somehow feel the metal plates that make up the shell of your months-old unwanted prosthetic limbs. It's especially apparent now that you're extra sensitive from every sensitive. Now that all your senses are what are the consequences of the semi-conscious state the plugs in the back of your head induce? I'm going to change that to neck. On the back of your neck. No, that would be in because it's plugged into her neck. The light from the fluorescence on the ceiling temporarily blind you as the eyeless helmet is removed from your head. You feel the metal from the jack scrape against the port just about of your back. Causing your whole body to shudder. Just like usual, you can hear multiple people mumbling to each other from somewhere nearby. As they continue to share their observations, or whatever they do after these tests, the mostly metal bed you're now strapped. No, you're now strapped to begins to recline, ending in a position parallel to the floor, leaving you to be blinded even further. How many sentences is that? It's like 4. Six, by which I mean that's like a huge run on. Left in a position parallel to the floor. The bed. What would be a good way to phrase that? Let me blow my nose real quick. Again. I kind of wonder if I have an accent. Anyway. The Muslim strapped to begins to recline. I guess I don't really need the as the mostly metal bed you're now strapped to begins to recline. Ending in a position parallel to the floor. With the lights. You can hear footsteps approach. Now, Kirk's approaching from near your head. What would be behind the bed while it was in the upright position? And laughter coming from a now opening door. Feel. It's not something you'd do yourself. Not that you can right now, anyway. This is what I was gonna change. The main thing I was gonna change. Instead of plugs are now jacked into your head, leaving you blind and unable mute and unable to move. Precaution. They probably take to keep you from figuring out the layout of this place and making too much noise or figure out the layout of this place or causing too much of a fuss. Her. Oh, guess that's what I was feeling different. Yes, the doctor says, his slight accent showing through with his pronunciation of the letter Y. But as you have experienced, this should not be to any detriment. Yeah, I know, says the voice of the obviously younger man. Guess I just thought I'd have to get used to that kind of thing, I guess. I think I intended that repetition, since it's dialogue. People tend to repeat stuff when they're talking. The older man makes some kind of grunt, most likely of approval. But you have easily gotten used to bodies with differing muscle masses and structures your own. This, for the most part, is no different. Yeah, I guess. Oh, I forgot to add a quotation mark here. So when will I be able to move around as her again? Can feel your teeth grit. You are unable to respond to this. Your teeth grit, simply gritting, seemingly automatically. Not that they listen, but in your mind it feels like it would be best. No. If you could talk. I guess if you could talk, not if you could talk. finger. It'd be one of the fingers, I think. I'm saying that she's gonna twitch somehow. I guess it'd be all the fingers. Or hand. Just lightly scraping against the metal side of the bed. Frame of the bed. Lightly scraping against the metal frame of the bed. For their tests, as well as past ones on different bodies. Like I said, too bad that big guy had to be tossed though, the young guy says. It was hard to move him, but he could hit real hard, real bad. Almost no startup too. Probably could have got him to be... I'll have to get rid of this one. Listen though, she's left for rush down. Maybe Shoto. No projectiles though. I should get on that. You have no idea what he means by rush down or Shoto. But the word tossed makes your heart almost stop for a second. Yes, the doctor says, completely ignoring the projectile comment. Unfortunately, the bed begins to move, most likely. Can feel the bed begin move. One sec. I'm checking Discord. It's kill time. I wonder if I'm legit sleepy or if I'm just bored of myself or something. Oh, whatever. I'll keep writing for a bit. I forgot. I have to mute myself whenever I do that. I should probably... what was I saying? Maybe I should kill a bit more time. I keep doing that without thinking that I probably shouldn't. I kind of want to draw something on stream, but I don't want to plug in my drawing tablet, and then I don't think the the wire that I have for it reaches over here where I have the computer right now. Maybe I'll try another time. I know the Android tablet I have doesn't connect to my computer to like share the screen, at least not regularly. Probably I'd have to get a download something for that. Yeah, I want to do art streams at some point. I'm gonna talk about random stuff right now since I don't really feel like moving forward with this right now. Not for the moment, at least. I'll get back to it in a little bit. Actually, I should probably check if that one YouTube, I guess they wouldn't, but that one YouTube channel, if they have posted me sneezing yet. I doubt it, but what if though? One day ago, 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Does it have timestamps? No, but it has the accounts listed. Not much is going on for me, or I don't think so anyway. Like, which is to say, I don't really think there's much, like I don't see it as much going on. I'm just doing whatever, pretty much. I haven't finished any of the drawings that I've started recently. I guess it's really just one drawing and one kind of remake of a drawing, I guess. Like, going over a drawing. Really want to work on more stuff. My allergies have been acting up kind of a lot recently. I think it's allergy. Actually, I should probably work on thumbnails soon. Keep not working on it at all. I should go through my streams to work on that. I've been spacing out a lot at work, but that's not really anything new. I'm constantly just not paying attention to what's going on. Which probably isn't like super good, cause like, though it's kind of easy work, it's probably best not to be distracted, since that kind of slows me down, I guess. Either way, though. Well, also, like yesterday, I bought that game Journey that was originally just on, what was it, PS3? Or was it PS4? I forget what about that, but I haven't started it yet. Probably not gonna stream it though. I want to play it on my own time. My head's starting to hurt because of my congestion. It's not super bad congestion or a super bad headache, but still. Oh, I forgot I put Doug there. Let me find a different image to put there. Actually, maybe I should switch to playing a game. Because I kind of don't feel like writing. Yeah, I think I'll switch to a game in a bit. Actually, I'll probably switch to it right now. Rest for like 5 minutes and then start setting up a different game. Maybe Mega Man. Unless it, well, maybe. Let me go through some of the games that I have to see if I have anything that I'd want to play right now. Either Dark Souls or maybe one of the ones that I've already started. Guess I could play a horror game. Could try playing PUBG. Maybe I could try playing Apex again. Try streaming it. Probably should go for a kind of more niche game, I think. Maybe I should play Umihara Kawase, since I bought that like last month, I think, and I haven't started any of them. It's all 3 games. Also, I uninstalled Skyrim in order to re-download Destiny 2. But I still haven't opened up Destiny 2 yet. Kinda want to try playing a fighting game, but I don't think my internet's good for that right now. Especially with streaming. It's cool. It's a cool literal game. I don't know which one you mean. I mean, I kind of enjoyed what I played of Skyrim, though that was because I mostly just wandered around doing side quests. I didn't even focus on the main story. I don't even know what the main story was, really. Maybe I should play a bullet hell game. Could try playing Blue Revolver, even though I'm not super good at it. I think that might be one of the easier ones. possibly. I don't know how. Actually, I bought the DLC for a rhythm game, so maybe I'll switch to that one in a bit. I don't know if that copyright thing applies to games that are in rhythm games, or songs that are in rhythm games, rather. Maybe. I don't know how interesting rhythm games are to watch, especially without as much talking. Guess I could. Well, I was gonna say I could play Bloodstained, but I'd start all the way from the beginning, and I'd rather not do that. Probably I'll finish Bloodstained before I try playing it on stream. Let me check my games on GOG or GOG or whatever. Could play Metal Slug. Or maybe I could play World of Horror again. Yeah, I'll ride for a bit longer and then play World of Horror. Even though it's probably not a super interesting game to watch. Since it's mostly like text based, I guess. So yeah, I'll just finish. Well, this page isn't much. Maybe I'll try to write the rest of this page and one full other one. Anyway, yes, the doctor says, completely ignoring the projectile comment. But unfortunately, his body began to reject the input from the helmets. We have no use for a defective unit. Excuse me. Most likely being attached to a gurney, not to a gurney for easier transport. No, I guess easier wouldn't really be necessary. To gurney for transport through the hallways. Of whatever floor of this building this is. I kind of want to switch to first person, but I write all my drafts of this story in first person. So I don't know if it'd be. Well, I guess it might sound better, but I don't know if I want to do first person. Actually, I think after writing those sets of, or not sets of, but like that page and however many this is, I'll probably just go to sleep instead. So I'll just write for a while and then I'll just stop streaming. I'll try to stream more than once tomorrow. Probably Dark Souls, maybe. Unless I choose a different game. I should probably play more Mega Man. Since I haven't gotten back to that one yet. Anyway, you can feel whatever floor of this building this is. Most likely being attached to a gurney for transport through the hallways of whatever floor of this building this is. Being attached to attached to garnish from transport through the hallways of whatever floor of this building this is. The lack of sight makes it impossible you to tell. Not impossibly impossible. And the room you're kept in doesn't have any windows. Let's see. I wonder if y'all could hear that I threw that on the floor. One sec, I need to blow my nose again though. Lack of sight makes it impossible for you to tell, and the room you kept in doesn't have any windows. Actually, maybe never mind. I can't really think of what to write. Yeah, it might be best for me to stop here. I added some edits, so it should be fine for now. It's almost an hour and a half. I'll try to... Plus I didn't really think of much to add that I would really feel comfortable adding. So yeah, I think I'll end this stream right now. Not much is happening anyway, so yeah, later. One more yawn in the mic for you to hold on to. Or, that's not what I meant to say. One more yawn for the road, I guess, would be a better way to phrase it. And a burp too, I guess. Yeah, later.